here are the finished products that was made from this line. We have here cable trays. We also have cable ladders and covers that are made from this line. We can make cable trays of various thicknesses depending on the client's specification. We can also process various types of material: mild steel, galvanized, pre-galvanized, stainless steel, different classes, 316 or 304. The line is actually have a capacity of 5,520 meter length production per shift. That is around 1,800 to about 2,000 cable trays or ladders per shift, which is an 8-hour shift. We are also able to produce, like I said, we are also able to produce various thicknesses. So I'll show you the line. What we use for production on the line are coils, and over here we have various coils depending on what we want to produce. The start of the line is actually where you load the coils onto the decoiler, and then you move it to the straightener. It goes then into the press where it makes all the features, it makes all the holes, and then it passes through the press onto the roll forming one unit, and then onto the second rolling station. If you want to produce a ladder, we have a cassette for making the rungs, and we also have the cassette for making the sidewalls. When you're going to be producing a tray, we also have different cassettes that we use for making the tray. So basically we use this cassette. They are like tools that we change for our production. Right now we have the press working, and it's actually producing a tray right now. So it basically moves through the line and goes through the row forming one unit. So once it's done rolling, we have a cutter here that cuts the piece to length. So what I have with me here is the rung for making a ladder. So this rung needs to go into a side wall, and then using our assembly machine, the rungs are clamped to the side walls to make a ladder. This is an assembly of 10 rungs with 2 side walls. So what he's currently doing now is putting the rungs in place on the side walls. And the material actually, this is a galvanized steel. Welcome to Tranos Gasket unit. Over here we have different equipment for making spiral wound gaskets or the soft cut gaskets. We make different spiral wound gaskets ranging from ½ inch to 20 inches. We also have soft cut gaskets that we can produce based on the customer's design. Basically, we can make any type of soft cut gasket because we have the ability to design the gasket and produce it based on what the customer wants. Over here we have our Atom soft cut machine that is used to produce the soft cut gaskets. We are able to produce any kind of material that is non-metallic. This is a reinforced graphite that has been cut already following a customer's specification. We are also able to cut papers and other soft materials using the soft cut gasket machine. We can make various shapes depending on what the client wants and depending on the application. We also have our horizontal machines here for making bigger gaskets, 20 inch up onto 60 MPS. So over here we can make gaskets from 20-inch to 60-inch, depending on what the customer wants. And this is for spiral wound gaskets. We also have various gaskets. So this is a sample of a gasket that was made on the horizontal machine. So this is 20-inch MPS. That's the size of this gasket. It's wound with a stainless steel 316 and a graphite as the filler material. We produce our gaskets following the ASME standard. We are also excited that our gaskets also passed the type test application. The gaskets were sent to Amtech in Germany, where we tested the functionality and the ability to withstand pressure and compression during use. We're excited that our gasket passed, and we now have the type certificate to show that our gasket can be trusted. Over here, we have the vertical machines that we use for production. We are going to run a sample with our vertical machines just to see how we produce gaskets using the equipment. This is our AWM08 gasket machine. It's used for producing spiral wound gaskets. The material we are going to be using today for this production is the stainless steel material, SS316. We're also going to be using our filler material, which is graphite. The operator here is going to help us produce a 3-inch gasket. Right now, she's inserting the strip of the stainless steel material into the winding disc. Once she's done with that, she's going to carry out the first 3 tons of steel, and we are going to have a welding operation to hold the steel together. Now she's introducing the graphite. So this is a 3 MPS gasket without. So this is a final output for a 3 MPS gasket without inner ring. Some clients would want to have inner rings attached to their gasket. However, this was produced without inner ring. So we also have the option of using an outer ring depending on the client specification, and we can all do that. We also have over here our printing machine. If we are to use a gasket, if we're to produce a gasket, basically this is the outer ring and this is the gasket itself. Depending on the client specification, we're able to install the outer ring onto the gasket. Once you have a gasket that is being produced with an outer ring, it is required by the ASME standard that it is labeled. So we have a printer here for labeling our outer ring. So we're going to show you how this is done. Basically, you just insert this here, label on the outer ring. In the case where we are producing a gasket with an outer ring, first the outer ring is going to be color coded. Usually it's a green color, so this is not coded, this is not colored yet, but this is how the label appears. We have Tranos, which is the manufacturer. We have the MPS class, which is 400. We have the pressure class, this is 300. We also have the type of material that was used in producing the gasket. This is a 316L steel, and the filler material is graphite. We also have the standard that was used to produce the gasket. In this case, this was ASME B16.20 standard that was used in producing. Our inner material is also, our inner ring is also 316L. But this is in the case where you have produced your gasket with an inner ring. Other equipment we have here are our press. We also have the press for making soft cut gaskets. This is able to produce, the cycle time for this machine is actually 20 seconds, and this is able to produce up until 2 mm thickness. We can adjust the force to achieve any type of cut that we want to achieve on the machine.